What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Battleground Podcast. Eli's got him a fancy new camera now. He's going to make things professional looking. And then me, I'm just in my corner in my office at home. So, yeah, good stuff, right, Eli?
I mean, if you could see what was going on back here, you would not be saying those words. But, yeah, you know, updated a few little things. Well, I got to get it looking better around here.
We're gonna get there. We got to be professionals. I mean, we're not as good as professionals as our guest that's going to be on the show. So let's go ahead and bring him in, the big LG on the Battleground Podcast. My man, what's going on?
Hey guys, I'm just trying to move to higher ground here. I live out in the country, so the service sucks at times. But thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you, and you know, coming fresh off of Slammiversary and getting to be in town for those Impact tapings. What was it like? Because, I mean, you've done some of the shows with AEW on Wednesday night, but what was it like being back Impact Wrestling with fans there?
I got to tell you, it was huge for me in a lot of ways because, you know, before I went to Japan and before I went back to WWE, my last stint in Impact Wrestling was I finished up in 2013. So I hadn't been in front of a live Impact Wrestling audience in you know, like 8 years. So the energy in there was super duper exciting. My family was there to see us win the titles for the second time, become 7-time World Tag Team Champions. So it was electric, man. It was a lot of fun. If you haven't been there, if you're in Nashville, come and check it out. Nashville is one of my favorite cities in America. My wife and I love to come there when we have time off and stuff like that and just hang out and, you know, do all the kind of tourist stuff and bar hop and all that. So it's got a special place for me, man. And I think that your loyal legion of battle fans should be brought in on this party. So I am officially deeming you guys the Good Brothers section, and we're going to give you guys 50 tickets for the Good Brothers section. I want you to be the loudest of anybody in Skyway Studios in Nashville Monday night, August the 17th. That's the 7 to 10 p.m. taping session. We're going to be live in Nashville August 15, 16, and 17. And I can't think of a better way to make a big impact than to have Battle and the crew in the house.
Yo, that is amazing. LG, I appreciate that. So should we do this, Eli, real quick? Because everybody likes to do ribs on wrestlers, right? So should we just go ahead and just rib right now, and we just have our Good Brothers merch during the interview right now and rock our shirts?
Let's do it, baby. I think we need to. Yes. I mean, you guys look great. I look great.
Look at that.
I'm always wearing my own merch. I don't care who doesn't like it. You got to rep the Good Brothers. You know what I'm saying? ShopImpactDeals.com, collarandelbowbrand.com. We're always pushing, baby. And speaking of pushing, and speaking of partying, and speaking of Nashville, and speaking of the August 17th taping, 7 to 10 p.m., I want to invite you to this as well.
Oh.
At 11 p.m., it is going to be an evening with the Good Brothers at Springwater Supper Club. It's just $20 to get in. We're going to be doing a live podcast. We're going to be drinking. We're going to be hanging out with all of our fans and experience. Like, if you've never listened to Talkin' Shop, I recommend downloading it wherever you listen to podcasts, and you'll see what the party's all about. We've started since the world's opened back up doing these Talkin' Shop lives. We've done Baltimore. We did Tampa. We got Vegas scheduled. But an evening with the Good Brothers at one of my favorite old school bars in Nashville, the Springwater Supper Club. You can get your tickets, I believe, at springwater.com for that. So we're going to have a lot of fun in Nashville with you guys when we get there in the middle of August.
Super pumped for that, man. I mean, wow.
Yeah. So going back to the Slammiversary weekend. So Battle and I were on the front row. And this was the Monday night, right? Battle. This wasn't.
This was the TV taping. Yeah.
Okay. So y'all, you and Machine Gun came out before the tapings. You know, hyped up the crowd. You and I went for a little too sweet action, and I think what happened is I think you saw me. I think you zeroed in, but then you kind of, you know, looked up to make sure you had the stairs in your periffs, and you know, and the too sweet kind of did this number. And yeah, so basically I own Impact now. I sued everybody. So no, but
I mean, it was
funny. It was funny.
It's not as bad. And I tried to hit up Kenny over there, and I was like, "Can I get this this video?" Because him and Jay White were doing this, and he was literally just like this, and Jay was like, "Nope, gotcha," and you could see his heart break, literally.
I was over the railing, and then when he said no, I mean, I almost
it was
fell
like that
like it was
in The Simpsons where Bart
worse.
just rewinds. You want to see where the heart gets broken?
Yeah, it was bad, but
isn't that one of the cool things about the intimacy of Skyway Studios? That's why I hope everybody can come out these next couple of months, because I don't know, eventually we're going to be going back on the road and, Bound for Glory, Las Vegas, all of that. But get a chance to get into Skyway Studios with that Nashville audience and see us up close and personal. I mean, that's as close as you're going to get to a ring. And I was just watching it back with the kids, the match with Chris Bay and Jay White, and they're all over TV because the way that setting is, it's like old school studio wrestling.
It is.
So we're not gonna continually have that. So, these August 15, 16, and 17, then we're back for another set in September. Then I don't know how long it'll be till we're back in Nashville. So if you're a wrestling fan, you want to be up close and personal, I definitely recommend being in Skyway Studios. And it seems like every set of tapings we have now, there are huge surprises. So you don't want to miss what's going down in August as well.
For sure. And of course, LG is letting us sit in the Good Brothers section. We've got 50 tickets to give away. So make sure that you're following us on social media. Twitter is Battleground IHR. Instagram is Battleground Podcast. We'll be posting up how you can win your way in to sit and hang out with us in the Good Brothers section. And let's kind of talk about going back to Slammiversary. Like, a lot of people didn't think you guys were going to win the titles. Everybody thought that Violent by Design was going to win it. And I've told Eli, and this is the running streak on the show, when you come on the show, you win the titles. We've had you on twice, and both times after you've been on, you've won the title. So
it's magic. Anytime I need a big W, I'm going to call you guys up. I'm going to jump on the show. I'm going to see what happens. But you know what? This is actually perfect because it's a precursor for tonight. New Japan Strong, the finals of Tag Team Turbulence. Machine Gun and I headed out to win New Japan Gold again and win those Tag Team Turbulence trophies. I hope everybody tunes into that on New Japan Strong tonight. I believe it's on YouTube and on their streaming service. But yes, I'm on here now, so that makes me feel like my chances are damn good.
And I think it's you and who's your opponent tonight? It's Brody Dickinson?
Brody King and Chris Dickinson. Yes. Two tough up and coming, not up and comers, they're established. We just hadn't seen a lot of them because we've been out of the scene for a while, because when you're in that WWE bubble, it kind of happens. Right. So I knew of both of those guys, and I didn't understand really how good they were until I got to see them in action. So it was quite exciting to mix it up with them.
And it just so
that's
happens,
a good dynamic too. Yeah. Like their style's not really like y'all style.
And it's we actually just had Dickinson on, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And then literally he won the
like
ROH
3 days later
titles.
So
I mean, it just goes to show this show is the one
that's what happens.
Everybody.
Yeah. So we got the announcement yesterday about the big Talking Shop show in Vegas. Do you want to give us some details on that? We've got some of our viewers that'll be out there for that weekend, so they'll be interested.
Yeah, man. If you guys are in Las Vegas, it's Friday night, the Friday before SummerSlam, August the 20th. We're pushing it on our social medias right now on the Talking Shop social media. Mine is at @the_big LG. The ticket outlet's on there, but it's going to be a great time, man. Talking Shop Live is a total party. We have FKA Mojo, brother Dean, out there with us. He's going to open the show up as like a live event host. A lot of people are kind of like, well, why him? And if you don't know him like I know him, he is Mr. Las Vegas. So you're coming to a party with the Good Brothers and Rocky Romero, and basically the king of Las Vegas. Every time I've partied in Las Vegas with him, there were nearly scrapes with the law and other things that I can't mention on the show. So you definitely want to be there. Our producer, Balls Deep Billy himself, Emilio, will be in the house. Like I said, Rocky Romero, myself, the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson. We're going to have some awesome surprise guests for you guys. But Talking Shop Live is a variety show. It's a live podcast. And basically, it's drunken comedy at its finest. So if you're in Las Vegas, hit us up, Talking Shop Live Las Vegas. You can find it all on our social media right now. And like I said, I hope to see everybody there.
Man, it's going to be some. I think that requires a road trip for us to go to Vegas. Of course, we'll be able to see Talking Shop live come August 17th, right? Correct. It's going to be after
That's
the TV
right.
tapings. So it's going to be in Nashville. You want to see that live after the TV
little
taping.
Precursor. Yep.
We'll all
100%.
Uber it up. We'll all Uber it up, and we'll go hit up the place. Why did I just draw
Springwater?
Springwater. I don't know why.
Springwater Supper Club. Yeah, I'm
Springwater.
gonna Uber, or I'm gonna have my head minion Frankie Coverdale, who's our impact driver, slide us on over there. And I plan on closing the place down. I hope you guys do it with me. That is one of the greatest historical dive bars in Tennessee.
Oh,
history.
for sure.
If you're bored,
Absolutely.
look that place up. There's been a lot of cool stuff go down in there, and I hope that we're definitely going to add to it. Friday night, August 17th. You're going to sit in the Good Brothers section with your boy Battle. Then you get to party with the Good Brothers all night long. I can't think of a better way to spend my Monday night than with a Tuesday hangover because of all this.
And you just kind of just nurse it the next day, no big deal, and call it a day. And
that's it.
So
that's it.
Sorry.
Are you guys Tennessee? Are you Tennessee based? Obviously,
born and raised right here. Yeah.
I love it. Well, since I'm a plug-in machine, I'm going to keep going, boys.
If you
guys in Tennessee, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Smoky Mountain Fan Fest tomorrow and Sunday. I'll be appearing there live, photo ops, autographs. I know that Heath will be there. Tatanka, the big governor, not the governor, the mayor of Knoxville himself, the Big Red Machine Kane.
Oh, Big Red Machine.
A few times. He'll be there. Lisa Marie Barron. I think Butterbean on the bill. So it's going to be a great time. Then there's all kinds of television and movie celebrities. But Smoky Mountain Fan Fest, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Come see me this Saturday and Sunday. I will be appearing live.
Definitely go and
kind of
see.
our mini Vegas. So
it is our mini Vegas.
Yeah, it is kind of
that strip.
They just got to throw casinos up there.
I've got to tell you guys, I've had like signing bookings and stuff there over the past through the years, and all the places I've been, I've never spent any time in Gatlinburg. So I'm pretty pumped about it because I'm a Georgia guy and I love Tennessee as well, but I've never really got to spend any time like in Gatlinburg. So I'm trying once I get off the phone with you guys, I'm gonna get a quick pump ski. We're gonna load up and we're taking off. So
speaking of just kind of being a plug machine, I really want to know, how can I get my hands on a number 69 Elite Squad jersey?
Woo! Go over to collarandelbowbrand.com. The promo code is HOOTS Hoots, but I think you're going to have to send a PM to get the number because the guys at Collar and Elbow, my buddy Rod Hicks, he made me the 6'9", and I said, I don't know if people can buy that or will buy that.
Yeah, because
I think we saw the stock option's like a 0-0, but I think if you PM Brother Rod, he can hook you up with a few of those 6'9s.
Because when we were sitting there and we were watching AEW, and when you guys came out with the Elite Squad jerseys on, I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world. And then you look and there's like yours and it's like 69. I was like, yep, I got it. Yep. And then of course Nick completely missing the dunk and everybody ripping him for it.
I mean, you can't rip them for missing the dunk while they're hitting that move. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, he's hitting the Meltzer driver while he's trying to dunk. I mean, give him some slack.
Yeah, I mean, I say give the guy some slack. He's not a botch machine. You don't see a lot of misses with those two young bucks. They're about as good as you get. So
they don't wind up on the Botchamania Instagram page.
Right. Were you surprised by the outcome of that match? I think a lot of people they kind of pegged Hangman kind of coming back and going over. Were you surprised how that ended?
No, I wasn't. I mean, because I know how revered and how good Super Elite is, obviously. But also, I think that there have been some good pro wrestling surprises lately. There have been a ton of them. I think that's what's getting people hooked again coming out of the pandemic. And I love being a part of it. I think there's going to be more to come. I think there'll be more to come in August. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, yeah.
But it's a great time for pro wrestling as a fan right now and to be a performer in the business. I mean, like, not to toot our own horn like Arn Anderson would say, but toot. To be featured on New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW, and Impact Wrestling all at the same time. And then, Impact Management is great with me. They know that I love to go out and do these meet and greets and see the fans and stuff. So having that kind of freedom to do that, like I'm back on the road. It's been a lot of fun. running my Lariato Pro shows that I promote here in Georgia that go on the Impact Plus app. That's $7.99 a month. Every Impact pay-per-view in history, all kinds of great independent specials and all kinds of special featured content on there. So you can't consume any more wrestling than there is right now. And I love it, man, because I've been a performer for 19 years, but I'm a fan as well. So like, this is a really cool time right now that we're experiencing. I think it's kind of a resurgence for everybody. And I think that's the name of the New Japan show we're doing in August too, by the way. Or maybe that's Impact show. There we go.
It's one of those shows. They're all blending together because it's a great thing that they're all working together.
Sure. Yes, and, absolutely. And that's what's making it so cool is everybody kind of working together. We made the announcement that we're going to be going down to Puerto Rico for Latin American wrestling entertainment. The Primo and Epico buying out the legendary Carlos Colon. So I mean, we're on a world tour, brothers. It's going good.
And it's a good time to be a good brother. I know that for sure. And
for sure,
you talk about surprises, and let's kind of go back to Slammiversary because we were sitting there and we were there in the audience, and like you see the Bound for Glory promo, and it's like AAA, AEW, New Japan, and you're like, oh my God, like this is what is happening? As a wrestling fan, you start to freak out and you mark out all the big surprises that happen. And of course, at the end of the night, we're sitting there. You guys are all in the ring. Bullet Club hits, and everybody thinks, "Oh, we're about to see the Good Brothers in God. Here comes Switchblade." And it's like that place erupts. Now, the question I have for you was, did you guys know that he was going to be there that night, or did they keep that as a surprise to everybody?
You got to keep it as a surprise because there's not an organic reaction if it's not a surprise.
Absolutely.
Even as a performer, I'd rather be surprised by something like that because then you're going to get an organic reaction from us as performers, as you're getting, like you guys as fans. It was the same energy. I got goosebumps when the music hit, the place exploded, the graphic changes. And I mean, that's what pro wrestling is. Like, whether you're a fan, whether you're a wrestler, a talent, whatever, whether you're an office guy in the back, like we all live to hear that pop. We all live to feel that excitement and that energy in that room. That's what's, again, so cool. I'll put over Skyway Studios again because I don't know when you're going to see us doing national television in a studio of that size again. Because what do you think? There's 200 people in there. So, I mean, you guys,
give or take 3 rows at 11, I think 11 or 12 in a row.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, jump on that while you can. The Good Brothers section, Battle Podcast. It's going to be amazing. What is it, Battleground? I can't see because you guys have big fat heads like me.
Yeah, we do.
We're trying to move, so it's all.
You sound like my granny. Podcast. That ain't cool.
No, I went out to trademark Battleground Podcast and Battleground. Still waiting on the Battleground Podcast. Cannot trademark Battleground because of a company up north, which we won't talk about.
But
they did.
Going back to the forbidden door or whatever, a year ago there was a lot of kind of head scratching when it was announced Good Brothers going to Impact, but now a year later, you guys look like the smartest guys in the room. Yeah. I mean, are there any, I mean, obviously it's kind of hard to think, but I mean, are there any regrets of that decision now looking back a year?
Not at all. We wanted to wear the Impact hat. We wanted to wave the Impact flag, but we also knew because, we worked closely with Scott D'Amore for years. He was my agent that got me to New Japan and did that first deal for me to be over there. He first looked at Machine Gun in 2004. A lot of people don't know that. And was pushing for him to come to TNA at the time. And somebody high up said no, which was obviously a bad call. But everything happens for a reason. Here we are today. And I mean, I was thinking about it. I was messing with Ross Foreman a little bit. And I go, you have me doing media. I'm the busiest active talent on the entire roster. But I love doing this, and I love promoting. I love talking to you guys. And like you said, every time I talk to you, I get a big W. So it's in my favor as well.
It's true.
And you're paying it back with the fans, regrets. Those 50 tickets.
Right, exactly. No regrets at all. I love the state of pro wrestling right now, and I think it's only going to get bigger and more exciting as things open back up. The only regret I have so far is that I haven't gotten to step back on Japanese soil yet. That will be the next feather in our cap because Carl and I have both been waiting with bated breath on that. So when that time comes, when things open up and get better over there, I'm watching the Olympics on TV with no fans, and I'm like, a Good Brothers return to Japan cannot happen with no crowd. We live for that pop, baby. We got to hear it.
Yep.
And it was
that Road Warriors pop.
I think Eli had shared a story that there was more fans at the New Japan show than the Olympics the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
that just goes to show you that wrestling is a lot bigger than
It's
the Olympics.
as hot as it's ever been.
Oh yeah. Who needs the Olympics when you got New Japan, brother?
Oh
Yeah,
for sure.
New Japan. That was our last show that we saw before the pandemic hit. Was the New Japan
the last
show
one you saw with
in live,
in live here in Nashville, because that was the night that right the day before we had Rocky in, along with Finn and
Juice.
Finn Juice. And now we don't count them in the after the show went on to win the gold, because they had the gold, but then they lost it a couple days later to God. So that doesn't count.
Yeah.
But
that
I believe they lost it here in Atlanta, because after that happened, I was still in WWE at the time, and all the New Japan boys took a bus and came down. I threw a big party for them, and we hung out and ate and drank and were merry all night long. It was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Nashville, and then the next weekend it was like Atlanta, and that's when they dropped them. And so it was pretty cool. We had them in the studio. We got to hold the actual, New Japan tag team titles. So that was, and I'm sure you'll be holding them again soon. So
I definitely hope so. But there's a lot of roundabout significance there, because the last Impact show with a live audience was in Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
I rented Impact my ring, even as a WWE wrestler. And that was the last show they had with a live audience. It was also the night that Scott Steiner went down. And thank God there were people there who could get him resuscitated. But it all comes together. It's weird.
Oh, this is somewhat a New Japan thing. What do you think of the New Japan world title?
I saw everybody shitting on it, and I think it's cool. I do.
It's growing on me. Yeah,
it's like, I always compare this. I remember the first time I heard the name Dolph Ziggler, and I went, what? Why? That's never going to work. And now I can't imagine Nick being anything but Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it takes time for that stuff to grow on you. And I know traditionalists, like, listen, we all miss the winged eagle and the big gold. I do, because I grew up on it. But things have to change. They have to evolve, move it on.
Yeah.
So,
I give them props for doing something different. That's for sure. So
I do too, and I think they've been smart about doing different stuff. I thought it was cool a few years ago when they brought back the 6-man titles. It gives other guys, something to be doing, and I think those matches can be exciting, especially in Japan, where they do a lot of them and you see a lot of them, especially when they're doing their regular live event touring schedule, which hopefully they can get back to soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, would you want to see maybe a 6-man tag team title in Impact, and then that way we could bring Rocky in as well?
I would love that. I don't want to have to kick Rocky in the head the first time we're in a wrestling ring together. We need to be on the same side. We're business partners. We're buddies. Like, it's not going to be cool if he's just eating magic killers all the time. It's going to hurt. He's going to be pissed off. It's not going to be.
He's not going to want to do the podcast anymore.
He's not going to want to do the podcast.
He'll quit.
He will. A little prick.
Oh man.
But guys, like I said, Battleground Podcast. They have the copyright. The Good Brothers section, August 17th, Monday night. We'll get it right.
Well,
Monday night.
It's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll call it Friday. It's Monday. But yes, 50 tickets for the Good Brothers section, the Battleground Podcast. Come join the show. See Impact Wrestling live up close, closer than you'll ever see it. And then head on over to the Springwater Supper Club, one of the greatest old dive bars in Nashville, for an evening with the Good Brothers. It's going to be a nonstop party all weekend long in Nashville. We got tapings August 15, 16, and 17. Hope to see everybody out there live and in person. And if you're in Gatlinburg, I will see you at Smoky Mountain Fan Fest Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Come see me live.
Boom.
There it is. Big LG, I appreciate you being on the show. We thank you so much, and looking forward to getting some more gold around that waist.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me.